Today wraps up two of the most stressful weeks of Trump's presidency, the international condemnation of his bizarre embrace of Putin, followed by one of his most loyal fixers warning that he'll tell Mueller that Trump did okay the infamous Russia meeting at Trump Tower. Now, those two stresses are linked. They pose more intricate questions than the daily news cycle sometimes can handle, which brings us actually to our new segment with a special friend of the beat, Tony Schwartz. This is called State of Mind, and we aim to get to the root of some of the bigger issues in our society here. Now, many people hesitate to admit how stress and emotion impact decisions, especially if they fear it could look weak or irrational. And Tony Schwartz argues that kind of blind spot is even larger for Trump, who insists he has a flawless temperament.
I also have a much better temperament than she has.
Well, I think I have a great temperament. I have a great temperament. I have one of the great temperaments. I have a winning temperament. We need a strong temperament, and that's all it is.
That temperament, of course, being tested, and Trump's own aides are coddling it at times, trying to limit the news and negative info that reaches him. Schwartz writes in a new piece today, Trump's grip on reality will likely continue to diminish as he faces increasing criticism, accusations, and potential criminal indictments. And what happens to a leader who embraces this kind of bunker mentality to avoid stress? Is Trump seeking a kind of a narrow-minded cocoon of say, a tortured snowflake, deluding himself to believe that all critics are just haters and accountability is just what his enemies want? I'm reminded of something Canadian philosopher Aubrey Drake Graham once said. I got enemies, got a lot of enemies, got a lot of people trying to drain me of my energy. We turn to Tony Schwartz, CEO of the Energy Project. Drake, of course, is known as an emotional celebrity. And the problem in that line, which reflects a real thing, is over-identifying any criticism as trying to destroy you rather than deal with it. Does Trump also have that problem?
This piece I have done with the psychiatrist Bandy Lee in Politico today is really about the notion that people who have Trump's psychological disposition, Bandy's interviewed 1,000 of them in her role as a forensic psychiatrist, have this vast emptiness that is filled only by external praise and adulation. And when they begin to feel that they're not getting enough of it, it's a catastrophic internal experience. That's what Trump is having right now.
What's striking about that is we often talk about how different he is from other presidents. That's something other politicians have. And when I worked in Congress, you would see them, maybe they didn't make it all the way to the White House, people who were antisocial, sometimes tortured, and seemed to need to be on the go, in the action, getting praise, while maybe other parts of them were as you put it, less full.
Yeah, it's why they say Washington and Hollywood have a lot in common. The people who seek most intensely public attention are very frequently the people who don't have any inner resources. They don't have a sense of themselves absent the external world applauding.
Right. It's like these freaks who want to work on TV every day or host a TV show.
It's hard to imagine. People I haven't even met those people.
What is wrong with your psyche in your life if you need to be on TV, hosting a TV show every day? I mean, it's something I've wondered. And they have no self-awareness either. Turning back to Donald Trump, let me play for you how he dealt with a security analyst in his previous life that was pretty interesting. Take a look.
I love security analyst.
The chairman of the company I worked for was faxed a letter written by Donald Trump. What he wanted was a public apology or the firm to dismiss me immediately, or he would institute a major lawsuit against the firm. They escorted me to the door. I've been a security analyst for over 50 years.
Why is that public apology so important?
Who apologized?
So Donald Trump demanding, he wants a public apology. Why?
Because he is so thin-skinned, and if a person criticizes him, it feels like an inner explosion. Imagine what he's feeling right now as these walls close around him, as the people who have been most loyal to him start to turn on him. It's just got to be a feeling of extraordinary fear that is unacceptable to him because he can't stand the experience of weakness or vulnerability. And so what he does in its face is to act even more aggressively.
So does that make him obsessive and emotional in dealing with these open legal probes?
Well, yes, indeed. He's clearly an obsessive guy. He's obsessive sometimes strategically, sometimes reactively. I'll give you an example of the obsessiveness strategically is when he says, no collusion, no collusion, no collusion. What is he doing? He is hoping, he has learned that if he repeats it often enough, even if it's totally false, visibly false, people, or a significant number of people, will start to believe it.
Right. State of mind, state of mind, state of mind is what we'll take from that, because this is a series we're going to continue and try to go a little bit deeper. So Tony Schwartz, I appreciate you being here and being a part of it. Hey, I'm Ari Melber from MSNBC. You can see more of our videos right here, or better yet, subscribe to our YouTube channel below. You could have been anywhere in the world, but you're here with us, and we appreciate that.